Scorpio, how you doing, guys? So we're here to do your not a tarot reading for January, and I think we're going to suffer through this. Why is that? Because all I can hear is suffering in silence. Is that I am made to feel like I am being suffocated, or like I can't move, or I can't breathe. Like, you don't give me room. It's like, well, you don't give me a room. It's like, have you got a room to rent, or can I stay there? Or do I not want to stay there? Where do I want to stay? Because it feels like that wherever I am, I feel suffocated. I can't move. Like, some of you probably can't go out. Like, you want to go out, but you can't, right? Or you can go out, but you don't want to. And it's like, well, I really don't know if I can or I can't. And you really could be dealing with something around Libra, right? Change your thought process. Something to do with Corey, right? Sorry, it's a song. But, like, it's like, I don't know if I can and I don't know if I can't, or, like, court. It's like a courtroom drama or a courtroom appearance. You could even be going to court. And it feels like I am being made to suffer in silence because I can't find out. Oh no, what is this? Sorry, Scorpio. It's like, okay, I am being made to suffer in silence. Like, I can't speak. Like, I can't say anything. It's like, well, it's like someone's being had something held over them about selling out. Okay, so who was that? Aries or Taurus or something like that, around selling out, right? And it's like this info that I've got, right? And I've got information and I've got it on someone, but I can't present it to them yet. Like, I've got a court appearance coming up, but I can't present it to the court, or I can't present my presentation yet, or like, I've got something that I really want to say, but I can't, and I don't have my chance yet. My chance is not here for me to give my opinion over. So I don't know if someone's being blocked out or they're in prison or something like this, but it feels like that I really want to put my case forward, but I really don't think that it's going to be accepted, or I can't yet because I have to wait for, I don't know, like the coronavirus to finish. But this can be like, I want to go out, but I can't because I'm being held against my will. So there is something around that I can't move because I'm being held. Right now, at Helgar, you could be dealing with a Taurus, maybe, or Stereophonics, or Steve, or like I'm being held against my will. This is around someone that could be in prison or locked up, okay, or the name Locks, or looks. I'm hearing looks. Someone's looks. It's like I'm being held up because of my look. It's like, well, because of my style and because of my look, I feel like I'm being held up. What is that for? Is someone persecuting someone because of the way? Prosecuting. I'm hearing that someone wants to prosecute someone. Like, I want to prosecute you. Prostitute you? Oh, okay. Somebody wants to definitely rent someone out, that's for sure. I mean, is this a prostitute or a presentation? Because I'm definitely hearing P. Whoever, but it begins with P, right? And I want to prosecute, and I want to persecute, and I am execute. Like, execute my execute. Something to do with my ex is cute. Or my ex has cuties. What? Cuties? What are cuties? Like, oh, you're cute. Someone thinks somebody here is cute. Or cuties. I don't know what cuties is. Like, what is that? Oh, cuties. I don't know. We never used to say that in Britain, but I'm sure it was been on the TV before. But like, someone has cuties, or has coupons. Coupon, or nippon. Nipple, or kipple. Kipper, fish, Pisces. Something, anyway, like, okay, I feel like I'm being persecuted, and I feel like I'm being held up against my will here, right? And I feel like I'm being held in a prison cell or hell on Earth, Capricorn energy, right? And I feel like I'm being held here hostage, like, because I'm hearing the reference of the film Hostage, right? I'm being held hostage, and I feel like I can't move, and that I feel like I'm going to be executed. I mean, what on earth is this? Is this someone in prison already? Feel like they're being held hostage and that they're going to be executed? Or my ex, and that I feel like they're going to prosecute me, that my ex is going to prosecute me, or someone here is talking to their ex and they feel like they're going to prosecute them. This is like, I really want to put my case forward, I really want to put my opinion forward, and I'm going to prosecute you for things that you've done and things that you've said. Okay, there's you again. I don't know who this was also. You have to really be careful on what you're typing in my comment section, because I don't know if it was strange or what, but someone was typing it in the way of like, I'm being investigated. Me. Well, good luck. I don't know what for, but again, someone was saying you need to be careful because someone's, I don't know, weird. I don't know what for. But something to do with like prosecute or prostitution. What on earth is this? Because I'm picking up like a ring and a cycle. Now, I don't know if this is a wedding ring or a divorcee, because I'm picking up a divorcee, and a prosecution, and I'm going to prosecute my divorced partner, and I am prosecuting them. Alright, why on earth am I hearing like a pimp up in this? Like I am going to prostitute out my ex, or I'm with a prostitute. What? Wow, because prosecute, every time I keep going up, I keep hearing prostitute, prosecute, cute, acute, like, what's that, there is a word for that, acute, I can't remember the term of what that means, acute, like deaf and dumb or something, I don't know, like acute, but like, they keep being, like bullet points of like, okay, execute, like execute. That's all they keep saying, execute. Unless it's a name or someone's like, oh, no, I'm channeling your, like, your what you call yourselves on the chat, like execute, B&Q, like B&Q, like well, here is just a place that you buy furniture and stuff, and someone wants to, like, I don't know, prosecute a big major company or something, and like I am gonna try and like prosecute a major company, prosecute them, but they keep saying prostitute, prostitution. I mean, who is that doing that? Prostitution, because that's what I'm hearing. Now, is this someone that you know, a family member, or yourselves, or someone that you're dating? But they're definitely saying prostitution, like a prostitution ring, right? Of like a group of people that come together, like the what do they call that? It's like a cult, but it's really not a good one. Like oh, I forget what they call it, and I've asked this so many times, and people have told me in the comment section. Like not the what is that, man? What is it? I forget. Anyway, it's a symbol, and it's a ring of people. Like when you're very famous, they get asked to like execute somebody or something like that. God, what on earth is that called? That is going to bug me, and everybody's at the moment now typing it out. So please make sure that you type it out what it's called. It's one of these groups that, you know, Brangelina and all that, they joined it, didn't they? Brad Pitt, or his wife did when he was married to her, and she joined it, and it's around joining a club as well, like a book club, or a like a I don't know, like Argos or something, and joining a club or a club book or something like that, a club book, and you go for a club book and you think, oh, I'll have that, and that, and then you've got it. But I don't know where this prosecution is coming from. Like I need to prosecute someone. Okay, so we're going to slightly move off that, Scorpio. So you've kind of got this ring. Like this I can't get away from that message. I am so sorry, Scorpio, but I keep hearing a prostitution ring. A prostitution ring. Something around a P. They keep saying around. It's around the name of P. Like Pee Wee Herman, or Hermantrude, or Germantrude. What on earth is that? Rude. Like someone is prosecuting someone for being rude. Like, oh well, you're rude, and I'm going to prosecute you just because you're being rude. Well, you can't do that. I'm going to prosecute. Man, stop saying it, Spirit. I know. I've heard that one. Prostitution. I'm going to prosecute you because you are rude. You've been rude to me. Somebody here, I'm sorry, but I really feel here that someone was, well, it begins with R. Okay, R. Lara, but also, or like R. They got, okay, and somebody is, like they done something, like they had sex with someone or something, and they're now, okay, I'm going to have to, this is, wow. Okay, I'm getting these strange messages. Y'all probably back up because you probably ain't going to like this. Now, for anybody that was that kind of thing, that is obviously, to me, something that is very bad, right? But I'm hearing cry wolf. That someone has been literally, what we call in Britain, prick teasing, right? Is teasing someone, right? And teasing them, and teasing them, and teasing them, and teasing them, and calling them in. The person then expects sex, right? Now, whatever's gone on there, I've got no idea. But I feel like that here someone was winding, and y'all are probably going to like really slate me over this, because that word that I can't really say on here is disgusting, right? Nobody should go through that. But there's an instant here of what I feel is that someone has been really teasing someone and leading them on. Right, leading them on, and I don't know, like really flaunting themselves as if to say that they're, because I have to stick up for men and women, right? And I mean, I don't know these people, but someone's been calling someone in, right, to tease them and to please them and to lead them on, that gets organs and stuff all flowing and like, man, I'm on here and everything else, and then somebody then denies them sex, but calls them in as if they want it. Now, if anything went on here, that's none of my business. But what I'm hearing is that somebody calls someone in for sex, but then denies the person sex. And I don't know what this is, if it is one, a prostitute, and there is a sex thing going on, or if it is someone that calls people in to entrap them into thinking that there is, but there isn't. And the person gets wound up and then prosecuted thinking that there was, and something could have gone on there, or it may not have done. But I really, really, really do pick up that this person has done this more than a few times. Is someone that calls people in sexually, makes advances to them, gets them called in, and once they're called in and come over, they deny it, cut it off, apply that there's going to be sex or something like that, cuts the energy off, and then blames the other person if they did something. Now, I'm going to stick up for people here, because you do get this, and believe you me, you do. And there's probably going to be a lot of well, we're just going to stick with that, right? Is that someone here calls someone in for a sexual advance, right? Or to get money, or to get something from them. They get them trapped into a situation, backed into a corner, denies them, and then if something goes on here, guarantee you that this person will get blamed. Now, if this person was a psychopath and a very bad person, then so be it. But if this person isn't, and they got wound up that much, they got themselves caught up with someone that isn't a very great person here, that calls people in, gives them an advance, gives them money or something like that, and pays them, or gets them to come over, and when they do, they cut that off and no, there's nothing in it. It's like, well, why did you tell me that there was going to be sex, or whether there was going to be a chance with us, or something like that, and you've got me to come all of this way, or you're like, I mean, surely your guys are not travelling in January for in the coronavirus, right? God, my nose is itching. I just keep, sorry Scorpio, but I keep getting this instant that somebody calls people in, basically just tell them to piss off. It's like, well, I want a twin flame and I want whatever. And they get it, and they do that just to deny the person, right? Don't they keep bringing up D, the name Dan, Danielle, or D. But like, I call them over, I've got them here, but I'm not really going to give them anything. I'm just leading them on in order to think that there is and believe that there is. But the moment they get here, I'm pretty much then just going to cut them off and not have sex and not do anything. When this person is kind of thinking, the other person is kind of thinking, man, I'm in here, bruv. And you're kind of like, yeah, and you're having this connection with someone. You're like, yeah, no, there's a chance. And, oh, well, I can't wait until we do all of these kind of things and so on and so forth. And then, here we are. No. And you're like, what? Now, that reminds me of so many people. But anyway, again, there's this Nigel, Elijah. Oh, Elijah. All right. No, sorry, not you, sweetheart. How's mum? She all right? It might be happening to you, so I do apologise if it is. But it's something around this, like a trap that's being made. Like, because I pick it up like a mousetrap, of these things that like someone's very trappy, or like a mousetrap. And it's a bit like this, okay, right, lift it like that, and it's cut, right, when this person arrives, we're going to like drop it and drop this cage on them, right? And it's like, I got you. So it's like, whatever it is, if it isn't that, because I very much doubt people are like, right, heave, pull that up there, right now, we've got it, right now, drop it. Right? So I don't know if someone's having a piano or something lifted into a hall, like a story flat or something, and you're having it all moved in, and you live in somewhere like New York or something like that. And it's kind of like what Freddie Mercury did at that time when he wanted a grand piano put in his top building, and they're like, right, okay, bro, let's bring it up, and it swings in through the window. I don't know why I keep seeing this thing being lifted like that, and as soon as it's lifted, it's dropped, and then it falls smashing on the floor. So be careful around whatever it is that you might lift up, and then it just drop onto the floor, right? I don't know what that object is. But it might be something. So be careful if you lift something, if it's got a base on it, right, is to lift the base as well. You got to lift the base as well. So you might do music and stuff like I have, because I've heard some references around music, around lift the bass. Lift up the bass. Or the vase. Like lift up the vase, or Vanessa, or V, begins with V. But lift Lithuania, someone from Lithuania. Or lift the vase. Okay. So, actually, what was that? I don't know what that reading was, but I'm getting this instant of where I said that there was... I can't remember what reading that was, and I don't know if it was on Patreon or not. Where I said about that there was like a doll. A doll's face, or a doll. And it had got eyes in it, or something. But it had got camera in the doll, like a camera in the doll. Someone's being like, I don't know what this is. I don't know why I just suddenly thought of that, but it was in a reading around a camera being in a doll. Right. So, object, trying to silence someone, like a silence witness, or someone that feels that they're being persecuted and they can't actually say what they want to. And it feels like until... It's like someone keeps trying to make someone pay. Like, I'm constantly trying to make you pay for what you've said. And I'm constantly trying to make you pay for it. Because this is like a club book or something. And it's like, well, you owe me, like, so I'm going to make you pay for it. So it's like if you bought like a large thing. I mean, you might be doing this and it's just a general message. That you're thinking about buying something and then owing it to a club book. So there's something that I want to buy, but I can't buy it all outright, or I don't want to buy it outright. I want to buy it and then I'm going to pay for it each month. Because it's like a club book, or like joining a club or something, which would be like Argos, which we have here, or K's catalogue, or I don't know, there's loads of them. But like catalogues. But things here also are being catalogued, logged, like logging down something. Logs? I don't know, like wooden logs? That might be you, Elijah. How are you getting on out there? You not knackered, keep moving all that wood around. But, because I've been seeing this. But like logs being moved around, or like Christmas logs, or like wooden logs, something like that. Blogs, vlogs, blogs, Joe blogs. Unless this is articles of clothing and someone wears Joe blogs, or their name is Joe, very much doubt we call blogs. But yeah, I mean, I did hear a song, but I don't think it's really gonna. I heard Spark Mark. That was the thing, the first thing that came up, like a Sparky Mark, or a Sparky. That would, unless it's a nickname, Spark Mark, or like a a bright spark, or like electric shock, or like someone is an electrician here, Sparky. We normally call them a Sparky. But like suffering in silence, appealing. So there could be something here that's going on at court for you guys and appealing against it. Because it feels like, well, I'm going to have to appeal then. If you're not going to give me what I want, then I'm going to have to appeal. If I don't get what I need, I'm going to have to appeal. If you're not paying me, then I'm going to have to appeal. If you said all this, then I went to court, it didn't work, now I'm going to have to appeal. So there feels like this evidence that might not be enough evidence yet for someone, or Evie or Devi, or no evidence yet that this person has done it, but I'm logging and keeping track of what it is that you're doing and saying, so I can write it down in evidence against you. That was another message. It was for someone, and it was you have the right to remain silent. Anything that you say will be given in evidence against you, so on and so on. I mean, I've never been arrested, so I don't know, but I'm sure they say something like that, right? Which is, you have the right to remain silent. So some sort of like arrest here, like arresting period. But like, you have the right to remain silent. Anything that you say may be given in evidence against you. So there is some sort of police thing here, like evidence of someone doing something illegal. Asylum seeker, I'm also hearing like a siren, like a police siren, or a fire engine, like a siren. What on earth is that? Is it a fire? Because it might be a spark. Be careful on a fire or something giving off a spark. Can't start a fire. Can't start a fire without a spark. This one's for hire. This one's for hire. So you might hire something out. I don't know what you're hiring out, because this is either hiring out a prostitute or like hiring. Like, I need to rent you for something. Like, I need you for something and I want to rent this thing or place, or rent a person out, and I want to rent it out. So some of you might have a house or a building or a room that you rent out to someone. Be careful around a spark or a mark that you rent a room out to. Because it feels like that somebody here wants to rent something, rent a room. Like rent a ghost. I want to rent out a ghost. Someone's, oh, Elijah's ghost. There you go. It could really be you. What are you renting out? I need to rent something out. Rent it. Rent a ghost. Or Ranny. Ranson. But I need to rent out a room. Are you staying with your mother? Is that, well, I need to rent out your room. Because I'm hearing like renting a place out, or paying board, or moving things around. Man, y'all really ain't got too much, if I'm honest. I think the main message here is suffering in silence for some people. Like, I feel like I'm being silenced and I can't say anything about it, because I might be like, someone's told something and it's like, okay, I heard a rumour or something. Don't worry about rumours. But again, like, I heard a rumour, right? I feel now like I'm going to have to suffer in silence because I've heard someone say something, but I can't go back to that other person and tell them. Because if I go back to them and tell them, they're actually going to know that I've been doing something. So I'm involved in it. And because I'm involved, I can't actually tell anybody this thing. Like, I've been told to keep it to myself, and I've been told to keep it silent. But there might be an instant that you come up against something where you've got to tell someone, and then they're like, well, no, I want to know first. If you want to, say, like, rent out a house or a building, I want to know what your credit history is like, or I want to know if you're a trustworthy person or not. And if you're trustworthy, then I want to know, I want to know the ins and outs. And you're kind of like, oh, damn, there's stuff that I can't tell them. Like, I can't tell them that I don't know, for instance, that, well, sometimes you get people that work and they claim off the government at the same time. I can't tell them that I have a sideline or something, or something else, like a cash in hand thing, or a cash in hand Cassie, named Cassie, or a cash in hand job, and that I can't tell them because then it could be people that are on welfare, maybe. Could be something to do with around a Cancerian driving. Like, I can't tell them. It's like I know all of this stuff, but I can't tell them. And I can't physically do anything about it. But I might need to. But I can't, because if I do, it feels like I'm selling out to the person that I got the information from. And I don't really want to, like, go behind the person I got the info. I don't want to go behind their back because they were kind enough to tell me. But because they did tell me this, the person that I need to tell it from is now questioning me to say that I'm going to have to stand up either one in court or stand up to this person and lie to them. Man, that came through in the Cancerian reading. Whereas this lie was going around, right? And it was this family group. And it was like this circle of family people. And it's like, well, I realised that, you know, what did they come up with in the Cancer? What's a Cancer reading? And it's like, I can't believe that you're getting me to stand here and lie to your family. And now, why do you want me to stand here and let everybody think that everything's okay when it really isn't? You know, why do you want me to give you my opinion when my actual opinion is that your family is nuts? Or like, why do you want me to give you my opinion when you probably won't like what you hear, that you won't accept it whether I tell you or not? Because you've kind of got this person that basically they play out their role of karma. They're doing it, right? And they keep doing it and they keep doing it to themselves. And you're sitting back thinking, man, I know that you really shouldn't be doing that. And I really know who's to blame and who isn't to blame. And I'm trying to tell you not to keep doing that. But you just keep going ahead and doing it, don't you? You just keep poking your finger in, or poking your nose in, or, like, you know, sticking your foot in the fire. And I keep telling you that you're going to get burnt and that you're going to get hurt. And I keep telling you not to do it, but you're going to do it anyway. And you're like, well, yeah, no, but I just want you to come with me for a bit of moral support. And you're like, right, okay, so if I have to come with you for a bit of moral support, do I have to keep up this false pretense to let everybody think that it's all right when you've been telling me all this stuff about these people that are kind of like been backstabbing you and telling you that you're not worth it and God knows what else? And because I know all this info that you've told me, now you want me to go and see the family at Christmas, but you want me to sit there? It's a nice place to visit, but I don't think I would live there. And you're like, well, you ain't got to live there, bro. You just got to come with me. So you're like, all right, I'll come with you. And you're there and you're kind of like sitting there thinking, damn, I just really want to tell this person exactly what I think. And they're kind of like, oh, well, isn't everything lovely? And you're like, to be quite honest, no. You've been treating this person like gash. And this person's like, no, don't. Oh, and you're like, oh, bruv, I'm just going to have to. I mean, that's me all over, bruv. I have Aquarius in the third house. That's why I'm a teacher. Well, that's in the third house. But me, I'll just say it as it is. And I find it very difficult to keep my mouth shut. So you could be dealing with an Aquarius. And you're like, bruv, I've got to keep my mouth shut. And you're like, yeah, just look, please just button it and don't say anything. You know, I just want you to come with me, but don't say anything. And you're like, right, okay, so I might come with you. Because it's more like a visit, right? A visit. But we're supposed to be doing things for January. But this really seems to be coming up for you guys for Christmas. So unless it's, okay, some of this message is of things that you're still going to be doing in January where you might not get to 4. There you go, Scorpio. So you might realise that you might have 4 Christmases. Well, we're going to have Christmas here, and then we're going to have New Year's Day or whatever, or Boxing Day with you. And then after Christmas, which is January, we're going to have to go and see the in-laws, right? So because we've got to go and see the in-laws, everything that they do between now, when you watch this, and then the future predictions of January, they're pretty much going to be making someone feel like they're backed into a corner that they have to. Now, if you're with a partner, your partner is going to say to you, can you come with me? Can you take me? can you come with me to see the in-laws? And you're like, right, okay, now I'm going to have to, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to say something. And you're like, no, don't be honest, don't say anything, we need to keep up the false pretense of the lie. And you're like, yeah, well, I don't want to lie about it, I'd rather just tell them. So you got someone that's trying to silence someone as if to say, look, you can come with me, but just don't say anything. Right? So whatever you do, don't say anything. You've also kind of got this feeling here that it was around the Cancerian reading is that someone was selling out and they were lying to someone. And it's kind of like a couple of partners here were like, well, we're lying, but we don't want this person to know. And it's like, well, how do I keep up this appearance and not tell this person or tell them? Because there's this energy here of people have got their own karma here, and people have got their own thing going on, but someone's really involved in it, like an accident. I don't know. This could be a claim or an accident, but like I'm really involved in it, and I really want to say something. But this person's kind of like, no, don't go and say anything to them. For God's sake, don't go and get them involved. You know, don't drag them into it as well. That's what I'm hearing. Like, don't go and tell them, because if you tell them, you're going to drag them into it, and they're going to get very much involved back into our life, and we don't want them involved in our life. We just don't really want them to know. We don't want them to say. I don't think there's anything real bad here. I just think it's like, look, you're on a need-to-know basis and you don't need to know the ins and outs of what's going on. I'd rather you really just not say anything. So there's a partner here saying it to a partner, and whether that's you or the other people, I don't know. But I'm hearing, look, there's no reason that these people really need to know all of the ins and outs of this situation that's going on. So to be quite honest with you, it's best if we just don't say anything. If we just be quiet about it and we just stay put and just carry on without it, without this person, or without them knowing. And I don't think that it's anything really bad. I just feel that it's just people playing out their roles of what they're supposed to be doing anyway. And because I would normally pick up like a very bad energy, and I'm really not. I just feel like that someone, well, I am with that energy there of calling someone in. We've turned into a different message now. But that calling someone in here, that's not a good message. But this other lot here is something around the 4 Christmases of having to do things after Christmas and making pre-arranged arrangements to go and see family members or long distance travel people. And it's kind of like this, okay, well, we'll make a plan and we'll go and visit them. And that's why on tier 2 at the moment, I've been going through well, it's a very nice place to visit, but I really don't want to stay overnight, and I really don't want to stay around the in-laws, and I really don't want to stay there long. You know, I could stay there, but we could probably get a room out, but I really don't want to stay around their house. Or I really, you know, and it's kind of got this, that could be coming up for you in January, is that I really want to go with you, and I want to go with you, and I will do, but I really don't want to stay there long. I mean, that'd be me. I'd have itchy feet. I'd stay there for a couple of hours, and then I'd get very tetchy, very bored, and I'd be like, bro, I want to go. I mean, you know, I'm a man. It's just like, bro, I can put up with this for a couple of hours, but then I'm like, bro, I can't sit here doing all this bullshit talking. You know, I'd rather, it could be to do around a tourist. I don't know. But I really can't be putting up with all that too long. I'd rather just get off. Yeah, I mean, that's me. But I picked that up energy there of, I don't want to stay too long. Yeah, let's get going. Anyway, I don't know if you like my music, but I've got something for you if you want to listen to it, because it's probably not out yet. But it's a new song.
You know you want me, even if you try to say you don't. You know that it's obvious, baby.
It's obvious, right? Is it? Don't know. It's all for you.
I did what I could. I don't love you. I don't love you more. Is this not for me? Is this all for you? It is not my fault. I did what I could. I don't love you. I don't love you more.
Yes, bruv. I love you more. So, Anyway, sorry, because I was back stalling there a little bit. I think they are your main messages, really, that are coming up for January. I hope you like it anyway. It should be coming out soon. Angel Radio. I think they are kind of really your main messages there, Scorpio. Of you got things that are being made and planned. The best made plan fails. That was in the Libra reading. Something to do with the best made plan goes to waste. Toxic waste. Best made plan goes to waste. Let's make plans, but it really feels like a waste of time. I don't know why you're bothering. If these people have been talking behind your back, and these people have been backstabbing you and all this kind of stuff, then it's an absolute waste of time going over there and speaking to them whatsoever. Because I feel like there is also a Virgo energy here that could be loyal to a T and loyal to a fault. Well, I always say to people, stop being loyal to people that are not loyal to oneself, to loyal to you. If they're not loyal to you, well then don't go and see them, right? Because there's this energy of like people being loyal to a fault and loyal to a T, to family, even though they don't get on with them. And it's kind of like, well, I don't really get on with them, but I'm going to have to remain loyal to them, so we're going to have to go and see them. And it's a nice place to visit, but I really don't think I'd stay there long. So you're kind of like, well, if we can't go to see everybody at Christmas, then we're going to have to start doing some of this at January. And then the person's like, well, I really want to go and see them because it's my brother or sister or so and so and so forth. And the partner's kind of like, yeah, but you know, you don't really get on with them that much, and they're not being loyal to you, because if they were, they'd come and see you, or they would have reached out or said or done something. And if they did, well then you know, and you're kind of like, no, it's okay, and they're loyal to a fault is really what I'm picking up. So it might be something very karmic that really comes up for you in January, but we'll have to wait for your tarot reading and see if there are any messages that come up. Okay, so what we do now is, this is an added bonus that goes over to the full access bundle if you are a tier member over on Patron, and it is a bonus that comes out for your January, but it's using 2 different card decks. Some of them are yes, no, finances, career, guard yourself, block yourself, protect yourself, yes, move forward, so on and so forth. And we've got 2 different decks with loads of different questions. I deal the whole cards and then clarify them and give you a different kind of reading that may well be coming up for you in January 2021. And then you will also get your tarot card reading and everything else that comes out, which will be your life path number, the bi-weekly readings, everything still stays the same over there, but we now give you this also, okay? So if you wish to join, you can do, and the link is in the description to Patreon. If you have joined, or you want to join, and you do join, make sure that you then download the app. Once on the app, make sure that you sign in via that, and remember your sign-in password and which account it is that you signed in from. Because some people, they go back over there, it asks them to sign in, or they're not signed in, and they wonder why I paid but I can't see the videos, but they may be trying to sign in via a different account and it won't let you. So if you've joined, download the app, sign in, because it will say Google, Facebook, or come up with a password, save it into your phone, then every time there's a video, it will notify you that there's a video on your app, and then you'll just go straight to that video, and it'll always put you straight back onto the tier that you joined, okay? Anything else you wish below is all in the show more section. If you don't know your life path number, there is also a website that you can click on below, and it does take you over there and it calculates it for you, ready for the other readings that start to come out through the month when we hit January, okay? Alright guys, thanks very much, and I'll hopefully see you over on Patreon.